Hey guys, YT here, aka Kendrick the Baby. Today I'm going to show you how to play Trundle jungle against a counter matchup. So I'm playing against Nidalee, and Nidalee has a very good win rate against Trundle traditionally in higher ELOs. This game in OPGG I got MVP rating. I outperformed everyone in the game, and I'll show you how I did it. This was in High Gold to Low Plat, so pretty good ELO for me to play in. Pretty decent game. It wasn't easy though. I'm going to show you the runes on the screen. I ran Conqueror into Sorcery for Nimbus, Cloak, and Waterwalking. I ran Conqueror because I wanted to heal more this game. But here are basically, this is like a little infographic kind of thing I made, how to get ahead with early ganks, blue/red steal, which I'm doing right now, Oracle back, and prioritizing objectives. In this game, that's how I won, was the objective control. I ended up getting 4 dragons, 2 barons, and I didn't get Elder. It actually got stolen from me, but we ended up sweeping them anyway, so it didn't really matter. So basically here I'm trying to go for a blue steal. Their top laner was being a little dumb, didn't end up warding. No one ended up warding their blue. So I thought it was like an easy pass for me to get their blue. And Nidalee actually didn't end up clearing her whole red side. I didn't know how Nidalee clears, so that's one thing. I totally completely forgot. I thought she was going to do like a little bit of a Krug Raptor kind of thing, but she didn't end up doing that. Here, me and Moore, he's leashing me very wonderfully. We end up getting their blue buff, and you could do the same thing with the red, but you want to bring your mid laner with you. And one of you has to have a crowd control ability if you want to be very successful in doing so. Nidalee ends up going for a Wolves, so that was really nice. She didn't end up going for blue straight up after that. But yeah, so I end up realizing, you know what, let's go for a gank on Aurelia. She's playing kind of aggro, a little bit pushed up. And it would be perfect opportunity as there are no wards being placed. Here, I auto-Q, I just keep autoing her, letting my mouse do the trick. I didn't bother switching targets or doing anything else, repeatedly clicking on her. I just let autoing doing the trick. She never tried to escape, she didn't have an escape. Here, Aurelia comes back, so I actually decide, you know what? Let me get my red buff, try to get level 3, and I will come. Because if I have a pillar, I will be more successful in the gank. Here I'm watching very closely. Of course, this is a pre-recorded match, and I'm commentating after I recorded, which is different than the other Trundle game I played. But this game I played a lot better, and it was a lot harder of a game, so I wanted to focus a little more. So now I go for an Aurelia gank. Of course, no wards. I still swept just in case, but here I decide to pillar her from going towards my tower because I thought Mord was going to flash on the pillar, which would have made it easier to kill Aurelia, but, you know, yeah, not the best pillar at the end of the day. Here I realize I need to push in this wave as soon as possible. If I push in, I'll have enough money for Tiamat, so Tiamat is a very early power spike for Trundle, as he can clear AoE camps. I always say AoE camps, but camps that require AoE to be cleared fast, like Raptors, Krugs, even Wolves. So yeah, here I decide to back in a bush and go for Tiamat, which is a very smart. You always want to get Tiamat unless you're doing like another type of build where you go Cinderhulk. Cinderhulk is a cheaper option to Tiamat and can significantly help your clears. So if you're not going to build Tiamat in a game and you want to go more of a support Trundle style, then don't bother going for it and instead just opt in for a for Cinderhulk. I go Red Smite Cinderhulk because it's just way better, and I'll explain that. Here, I really had nowhere to go, so it was a pretty easy gank. Mord hits his E. I didn't even use pillar, did I? I don't think so. So I don't really use a pillar that was helpful. And we decide to push in. I actually want to give him more of the gold intensive minions, so I go for the backline. As a jungler, you always want to go for the backline minions because you'll clear them faster, obviously, because they're weaker. And because it's just a better idea. Because your top laner, mid laner, bot laner might get mad at you if you steal the more expensive minions or the more costly ones. Here, I'm just looking at Mord, trying to see what he's doing. The wave is pushing into him. I realized bot lane backed, so even though bot lane is ahead, their bot lane, not ours, it would be a free dragon, and I'd be foolish not to go for this. Nidalee is being weird right now. She's choosing not to contest. Infernal is the most important dragon other than Cloud, so I automatically decided, you know what, we have to go for this. So Nidalee was being really weird here. I thought she was trying to contest, but she ended up doing some weird stuff, and You know, Nidalee's clears aren't exactly the best clears in the game, so it takes a while to get her red buff when she's behind that much. But here's the thing, she isn't always super behind like she is right now. Top lane is kind of winning. It's like a weird type of win, but like, you know, Irelia's still playing really well. I mean, Irelia ends up really smacking Mord in CS, but good thing is Mord's Conqueror comes up and he heals a good amount there against Irelia, so he doesn't end up dying. Here, I'm just going to go for a bit of a clear, and, you know, Mord makes a actually good teleport here as Leona is rooted and Mord ults the enemy AD carry, in which he actually does a good amount of damage and procs his passive here, allowing him to heal, and W's wonderfully. Here, I don't know what I do here, but all I know is Jhin gets a double kill. Now he's ahead, bot lane's ahead. Mord makes a brilliant teleport. Do I push this in? I think I do, yes. Pushing it in is smart because Irelia backed, so deny her some XP, I will. And I am not Yoda, so that's even better. Here, I just scanning the map real quick so I show you what's happening. Of course, pre-recorded, so I can do that. It allows me to explain things a lot easier, or just understand things. Here, double CC, and Ahri never stood a chance there. Good roam by bot lane. Leona uses her ult, and although I don't think that ultimate was necessary there, it still secured the kill for them, and Ahri at the time I think was 300 gold, so pretty worth. Here is an interesting play that we do. I end up not going bot lane actually, but there are about 3 or 4 people bot lane. We end up going for Rift Herald because it is the smart play to do. I saw Nidalee show bot, so it is literally like no one can steal this Rift Herald from me. I can smite it in the worst case scenario because I do have smite up at the time. But, you know, we see Irelia being a little weird here. She ends up being a little naughty coming down. We have a ward, so we have vision. She does not. And I don't know why she came towards us. She ends up busting a flasher, which is really valuable. But the funny part is she ends up killing Mord after, like, without a flash at all. Blade of the Ruin King is really strong right now, and you can see why. Here, I place a really bad pillar. But I really think she can 1v1 me. I ult her just to secure the kill. There's no way she can escape. No minions she can Q to. And here I decide to summon Rift Herald and push in top lane to get my first turret of the game. And I'll get turret plates as well. So it's a win-win scenario. Ashe, there's vision there. She can't do anything. So I get 320, 610 total. It's literally amazing to Rift Herald. I'm telling you, it is a big gold advantage. And although it takes a lot of time that you could be using to do other things, if you have no other things to do or you think it's a valuable time, you should do it. Here, Mord was a little dumb and 1v1'd Irelia. He didn't stand a chance. I mean, that was, yeah. Ugh. If I were him, I would have tried to get a Q off or poke a little bit before that, but you know, we all make mistakes, not really a big deal. Irelia uses Blade there, so she automatically wins that. Here, we're just like looking around the map, seeing what we can impact, what we can do. We end up actually going for the Cloud Drake, and we pull it out of the pit so they have no vision, which is a very good play by us. And then they're scanning. Ahri hits a very good GLP and then a charm, and that allows us to secure the Drake. Thank you, Ahri, for doing that. There's no way they could have stolen that. They were a little bit too slow. Here, I just go for buffs, whatever I need to do, and now I'm going for Scuttle Crab because, you know, Scuttle Vision is really nice. It just helps you with basically everything. Scuttles are the most important camp. I'm just kidding. More teleports here, and a very ill-advised teleport. I wouldn't have done it, but he E-flashes, does get double flashes, which is the only nice thing, but I'll show you what happens next, and it is not pretty. Mord uses his W. I don't think it was a good W necessarily. He was pretty high on health, and he will pay for it very soon, actually. It's just really, really important. And he uses it early here. Look, boom. He wasn't even full on his thing, so I don't think it was smart of him to do that. He ends up getting, like, giving their lanes a lead, which was a bad teleport, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Jin's roaming here. We're just trying to get a lot of vision. Irelia is actually splitting bot, and so that means we could probably do something here. I actually make a very ill-advised play. This is my worst play of the game by far. I end up getting caught out here. I will show you what happens. You are going to see the very tragic thing. I try to get a control ward. I get double ulted on by Ashe and Leona. I would say it is a waste of an ult, because they would be able to kill more people here if they didn't ult both of them. I'd say a Leona ult would be better than the Ashe one for that scenario. But, you know, or maybe Ashe. Ashe's is better for picks, I think, actually. Vlad does really good damage right now, and they make some very... Okay, here I accidentally... I'm so sorry. I accidentally clicked something on the replay thing, and I didn't bother cutting it out, because this is also a pre-recorded match. I ended up cutting on a lot of stuff. This game actually took 34 minutes, and the actual recording was 43, so I had to cut it down a little bit. But, you know, this is where I'm basically just going to explain why that pick was so bad, because look, dude, they're just getting so much out of it. They end up getting exactly what they needed. So that pick just happened right now, and Mord uses his W. He ults Irelia, who has a QSS. Very bad ult by Mord. I think that's the only thing. He ulted Irelia twice when she had a QSS. This is the first time in the game he did that. But Irelia makes a nasty play, ends up going in for Jhin. Jhin flashes away, and now Leona's really low. Although Mord does miss his Q, not really a big deal. Here's where it's stupid play by Mord. He tries to go in. I know Ashe is like one hit, but they basically destroy Mord there. That gives them a huge lead. I see they want to do Drake, but they're not attempting in the most effective way possible. I realize it's a free kill here, or free like contest. I think it's a good idea to contest. This is one of the good ideas to contest. I end up going in. I ult Leona or something. I don't know. I forgot who I ulted. I end up smite stealing the Drake. Very good of me. I get some kills. Ahri saves me, kind of, with a very good ult. And, you know, she's dashing, doing her thing. One more auto. Boom. And, you know, I decided not to help them because I didn't see Mord coming. That was one of my mistakes. I should have probably gone in, to be honest. And I'm going to show you the bad pillar I did here. I'll tell you why it was bad, because I wasn't paying attention at the time. I early pillared, and that allowed her to dash, and we weren't able to reach her in time. I red smited her to catch up with her, then I flashed. She Blade of the Ruin kinged me, which allowed her to steal my movement speed, and she got away successfully. Of course, with the scuttle, she was able to escape. I end up dying to her later, but I have to get rid of my Rift Herald, right? So I use it mid. I try to get one hit on it, and I actually successfully do. This was the best scenario I could have had, because otherwise I would have wasted a Rift Herald. Boom. But Irelia ends up killing me after she heals off a bunch of minions. Mastery 7s me, whatever. I Mastery 7 too. Got in like 30 to 40k points, so pretty early. She probably got hers in like 100k, right? I'm just kidding. Messing with the flame, not really caring. But I just saw that she Mastery 6'd me, or 7'd me. That was kind of annoying. Here we make a interesting play. We actually focus Leona. She also wastes an ult. I don't know if focusing Leona was the right play there, but they did it anyway. Not really a big deal. But here is where things get messy. Ashe W's, a very perfect W, and then ults. Vladimir flashes, uses his abilities, and look at that, dude. What? Like, you can't tell me that gave him a free triple kill, dude. Just free triple kill. So that swung the game highly in their favor. And what happens after this, you might ask? I don't know. I really don't know. Except the worst play of all time. I get caught out. There are 3 guys there, and guess what? I do not die. That pillar was so well placed, and then Mord ults. Thank God it's not someone with a QSS or any canceling abilities. Boom, kills Nidalee, which is good. Nidalee deals a lot of damage to me. Then he goes for Vlad with a flash Q auto. Nice. Triggering his passive, whatever. I'm trying to recall. I stand in redemption, otherwise I would die. Then I realized, you know what, I need to go for Ashe, because I'm probably going to die anyway. It was a suicide mission. Look at why Trundle is good. I red smited her, Q'd her, and I still survived. It was because of my lifesteal and my Q. That's the reason why I survived. I stole her attack damage so she couldn't auto me to death, and I had Thornmail, or I had Bramble, which allowed me to stay alive. I'm telling you, Bramble Vest was a very good idea here just because of Ashe and Irelia, who have a lot of autos. Or that's basically how they get a lot of their stuff done, is through auto-attacking. Ashe especially, of course, literally her Q is where she springs a bunch of auto-attacks with you. That's why you need to get Thornmail, because, you know, if she's fed, Thorn is the only way to really counter her. Also, it's good against champs with a lot of healing, such as Irelia. Irelia has a lot of healing, Grievous Wounds, all that stuff. Here, I make a really good play by ulting Leona after Aftershock, and I'm super, super tanky, right? So, I'm making good plays here. They end up getting Nidalee, awesome. I actually run away here from Irelia's ult, but then Irelia gets killed, which was perfect. Jhin makes an ill-advised flash, but we can get Cloud Soul here, which is perfect. So Cloud Soul is somewhat helpful. It's not the best soul. I'd take Infernal and Mountain for sure. Probably even Cloud. I mean, it's just, probably even Ocean. I said Cloud over Cloud, seriously. But anyways, we get that here, which is very, very vital for us winning the game. 20% ultimate cooldown reduction is perfect for people with good ults. And guess what? We have very good ults on our team. Jin's is very situational, but for the rest of us, pretty good. I mean, everyone's ultimate is pretty good, right? But here, Ahri gets stunned, doesn't make a very good play. We actually don't make a good play at all engaging here. We still do engage, though. Jhin gets hit by a Nidalee Spear, aka her Q, or Javelin. It's a Javelin, but I call it Spears. So here they make a very good play. Flash by Vladimir, then he just dips. Boom. Look at this, dude. We're getting screwed. So I decide to flash, and then I ult someone out of there to stay alive. We end up all dying. Irelia stuns us both, gets a double stun, and now she's trying to get towards me. You can't actually Q towards anything. So I blast cone here, save some time. Then I put a perfectly timed pillar there. You know how I put a bad pillar earlier? Well, that was a good pillar there. I tried to recall. This is where I think we're going to lose the game, right? I'm the only one alive. They basically have everyone alive. And they're going to do a big push to win the game. This is where my Trundle mechanics help me a lot. Because I don't have an ult anymore, right? I use it in the team fight to stay alive. No ult, but extreme tankiness and Thornmail. This is the reason why I survived. With that Thornmail, I wouldn't have won this. Or with that Spirit Visage, I would have won this. Look at this. My healing was good enough to where I would stay alive. That's why I went Conqueror. I didn't expect it to be so useful in a situation like this. But that healing helped me stay alive. And just with Spirit Visage and everything, it's just a smart buy. Here, I'm just slowing it down so you guys see what I did. I placed a very good pillar. It knocked up 3 people or what? Look at that. Okay. So it knocked up 2 people, and it slowed the movement of everyone else except for Irelia. So Irelia decides to dash onto me like a naughty little bitch that she is. And boom, she gets clubbed to death and then gets hit by a tower shot. Not really a big deal. Boom, so you see she starts getting focused there. I Q her one last time. I end up dying, obviously, to an Irelia auto attack. Not a big deal. Irelia dies, giving me 500 shot 9 gold for free. So awesome. Yeah, so off of this play, we actually get a free Baron because everyone ends up dying. And there's only like, yeah, no one's alive except for Nidalee, but she respawned. Or Irelia was alive, whatever, I don't care. They weren't able to contest it. We have 1 turret left mid lane, so if they make a good push, they will win the game. 1 good team fight is all they need. 2 good team fights is all we need. So, what's the plan here? We have Baron buff, and we don't want to lose it. So I tell everyone to play relatively safe. We end up just trying to push out a little bit, because we have Baron buff, we have to use it very well. We see Irelia here. She's just trying to ward a little bit more. It's taking my Gromp, not a big deal. So, here is where we have to make a very good play. Ahri uses the Scryer's Bloom, very genius, very good play of her. Trying to get some vision. They use their Scryer's Bloom. So we see where everything is, and we acknowledge it. Here I'm getting my blue buff for the CER and the mana regen, not really a big deal. They get a very beautiful pick. Irelia uses her ult, or maybe, yeah, so she uses her Randuin's as well, which is very good. And it's honestly perfect for us, so we're basically 5v4ing, and we will win any team fight. Here's the thing though, a wave is pushing into our turrets, and it is a mega wave, so they will effectively push somewhat fast. We have to win a fight or get Elder before they get to our main turret, because they will melt our main turret because of the Mega Minion. Here we make a very good play. I use a very good pillar, and the redemption by Janna was really good. I end up ulting Nidalee to try to get her away. She throws her javelin and realizes the Drake is still alive. I make a very good pillar. It's probably the best pillar of the game. I cancel her dash over the wall with that pillar. That's one good trick about Trundle. And I make them waste their time for nothing. Here, we just push out, and we're ready to end the game. This is the best team fight of the game, because it helps us finish the game. Here, what I do is I ult Leona after she uses her Aftershock. which allows me to steal her extra resistances because she has about 400 armor, something like that, and I steal it all to make it like 200, alright? Twice, like, just look at that, it's beautiful. I summon a pillar to try to impair Ashe's movement. We get her, no problemo. It's game here. So we end up getting Vladimir as well off of his Jin's execute from his ult. Boom. Or not execute, but you know, his fourth shot is, or third, it was a third shot, wow. Oh yeah, that's true. Vlad had no health anyway. Here we win the game. Very simple, all because of objectives. And objectively, we're the better team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Peace out, subscribe. And if you need anything else, check out my guide. It's in the description. See you later.